Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Sorry to bring it to you guys, but it looks like Adrien Broner versus Ivan Redkach is off. Now there's some rumors swirling, which is great to me because he's one of my favorite fighters. Blair Cobb could fill in as a replacement. I don't know how true that is because what I will tell you is if Blair Cobb is going to fill in, I'm telling you right now, Adrien Broner loses, okay? But anyway, right now we know when it comes to Redkach and Adrien Broner, man, that fight is off. Now, the thing is that there have been a lot of posts out there on Twitter. There have been some phone calls between Joe DeGuardia, who's representing Redkach and involved in in the fight. These guys are going on record and saying that it's over. And as of right now, they're saying it's just off. The whole card will not be scrapped. BLK Prime is going to hold on to the card. And right now they're trying to find somebody to replace Redkach. Now, the guys on Ivan Redkach's side, they're going on record and saying that they saw it coming, that they didn't want Broner to face Redkach, at least in a fair fight. And they talked about how BLK Prime never followed protocol. Now, my thing is this. If it doesn't matter the outcome, it doesn't matter the way you go about achieving an outcome. If we both get the same outcome, we just use two different approaches. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what matters. Now, if you're doing something illegal, immoral, then that's a problem. But when it comes to boxing business, for them to say BLK Prime didn't follow protocol, well, maybe it's not what they're accustomed to. Now, as far as I understand, there's no explicit way on conducting business in boxing. Okay? Now, there probably is somewhat of a blueprint that, people follow, but it doesn't mean you have to do it the exact same way every time. So I'm not sure I agree with that statement about BLK Prime never followed protocol. I mean, what protocol are we talking about? Now, they did go on to say, and this is Redkach's side talking here, we have a contract because Redkach is signed to Star Boxing. And BLK Prime never spoke, he said he never spoke with us in the beginning, and it's been a nightmare. Now, DeGuardia, who is a part of Redkach's team, but there's a huge rift between Redkach and DeGuardia right now. DeGuardia was asked about the comments that Redkach made on Twitter. And this guy, DeGuardia, said, I'd rather take the high road. It's unfortunate because it's so far from the truth. I would say that Redkach did want to fight because he did offer us the money. I wasn't taking his money. I'm not interested in his money. Now, when they talk about some of the tweets that have been put out there, these are some that were put out by Ivan Redkach, but Ivan Redkach even offered to give these guys $35,000 for them to let him out of his contract so he can still go forward with the fight. So you can see what Redkach puts here: relax, your problems are in my hands now. Talking like it's God talking to him. And Redkach goes on and say here, thank you very much, BLK, for the opportunity. I was hurt, stole on my dream fight of my life. Boxing is my life. And he just talks about, when he came to the gym and how long he'd been fighting. And he talks about in boxing, a lot of people who ruined lives. People didn't want the fight to happen. And then he goes on and says, the fight should happen against all odds. Redkach wants it, Broner wants it. But there are people who don't want it. And he respects Adrien and BLK Prime. Now, that's what that tells me is it's nothing coming from BLK Prime. It's nothing coming from Adrien Broner's side. There's something obviously happening over there with Redkach. But when you think about Ivan from Redkach's side, right? But when you think about Redkach, when he goes out there and he tells his team or tells this guy DeGuardia, look, take $35,000 out of my purse or take everything. He's basically saying, take my whole fight purse, but just release me. That's crazy. Now, this is what happened. LaGuardia says, I'm interested in the deal taking place properly, right? I can't represent a fighter and have him fight Adrien Broner when my guy wanted to be at 135 pounds. We all know Adrien Broner's not making no damn 135. Then we agreed to the fight at 144 pounds, right? But then it moved up to 147 without any penalty clauses if the guy comes in over 147. He's really a 135 pounder. So what are you going to do? Have him come up at 154 pounds? If he still wants to do that, it's his choice. But if I'm going to be doing the POS and agreement, I'm going to protect those things. BOK didn't want to do a POS. I don't know. I don't know what a POS, I don't know what that means. So they asked for a release. Every step of the way, we try to do the right thing. Now, Redkach, like I said, he signed to Star Boxing, and he signed to them recently in August. And he signed a multi-year deal. He says, if Ivan Redkach is still wanting to fight, he'll be fighting for us. I don't like the things I see out there, and I chalk it up to frustration, but he's channeling his frustration at the wrong place. So bottom line is, I think LaGuardia is I think his moral compass is pointed in the right direction, because if Ivan Redkach really is a 135 pounder, and then Broner says 144 pounds, then it goes up to 147. They shouldn't be surprised. We all know Adrien Broner. When it comes to weight, this man does what he wants. Okay? So I don't see why this guy, LaGuardia, Star Boxing, would pull Redkach out the fight. Horrible. This is a great opportunity for Redkach to maybe catch Adrien Broner at a vulnerable moment in his life, in his boxing career. It could give Redkach, even if he loses to Adrien Broner, which we know on the cards they're not going to let Redkach win. But if he puts up a great showing, the Redkach career is back in full effect. But it does make you wonder, why in the hell would this guy LaGuardia pull him out when he plans on coming in to fight at 144, and even if it goes to 147? I mean, Redkach can fight. To me, it's stupid. An opportunity like this just doesn't come around. This is the same thing as when, y'all remember when Sergio Mora, he won the Contender? You remember that? And then he came over into the professional ranks. He had an opportunity to fight Jermaine Taylor for $1 million, and he turned it down. Stupidly. Never got that opportunity again. You know what I'm saying? He did go on and win a belt, but he never got the opportunity to really fight Jermaine Taylor. And had he taken that fight and put on a good representation, Sergio Mora's fight person would have been a lot more. Instead, he chose to do something else, which was absolutely foolish. It's a similar situation here. The thing is, the fighter in this case isn't the one who's trying to pull out the fight or make things complicated. It's the fighter's management or promotional team. So that's an issue. But it's really unfortunate, man, because with everything going on, the fight is supposed to be taking place in February. I mean, we're just a little bit of a month away. It's frustrating, and I can only imagine BLK Prime right now. And this is the thing, they wanted to get into boxing, right? So now they're going to get some experience for this, and they're going to see what needs to be done, because, I mean, there should have been a plan B and C in case Redkach pulls out or he gets injured. So they should have someone lined up. Rumors are swirling that it's Blair Cobb, but, I can't come out here and provide you a credible source except for, people who post crap out there on Twitter. But what I will tell you is BLK Prime is trying to establish their presence in the boxing world right now, especially with this pay-per-view and streaming. So at least Adrien Broner didn't pull out the fight. At least Adrien Broner still wants to fight, and at least they can still put on the fight card. But it doesn't matter who they put in there with Adrien Broner, and I think that's one of the pluses for BLK Prime, is that anyone they put in there with Adrien Broner is going to sell. People just want to see him. For the boxing, true diehard boxing fans, we would have liked to see him fight Redkach, because we know Redkach can fight. Doesn't matter what happened with Prograis. Doesn't matter what happened in the sparring with Gervonta Davis. Redkach can fight. And that would have been a good measuring stick for Adrien Broner to see if he still has it, and if the commitment level is still there. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens, where it's going from here. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And unfortunately for Redkach, for us, we're not going to get the fight that we were hoping to see. But there were some other things mentioned as well, that Redkach really wants to fight. Adrien Broner wants to fight. But my thing is, if Redkach's team keeps saying how bad Redkach wants to fight, why pull it from him? Why pull it from him? But they're saying there's a chance that it could take place, but as of right now, it's off. They don't see a reason why the fight wouldn't take place, but they're just concerned about the weight and all the last-minute changes from Adrien Broner's part. And, it is what it is. But even Zab Judah, Zab Judah, somehow he's involved with BLK Prime. He tweeted about the show, but he didn't have Redkach's name as part of the hashtag. And, normally when there's a show being tweeted out, they have hashtag the fighters' names. So when Zab comes and he throws something out there on 16 January, and he says that he only puts the hashtag there for Adrien Broner's name, he doesn't put the hashtag there for a Redkach. That tells you that there's probably something going on. But one thing we do know is Adrien Broner's not fighting any monsters in the near future. So we'll see who's going to be his opponent. But I'll tell you right now, no matter what you think about Blair the Flair, he may be, at this moment in time, when it comes to Adrien Broner and the level of competition Adrien Broner wants to face, Blair the Cobb may be a monster compared to what he's looking at getting in the ring with. So I doubt it he's going to be fighting Blair the Flair. But, man, if they make Adrien Broner against Blair the Flair, I'm telling you right now, man, I'll buy a ticket and I'll fly out there and watch that, man, because that fight would be fun. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Sorry to give y'all that bad news, but more to come on Broner, his February fight date, and who he's going to be fighting. I'm in the breeze.